Hello. I'm so glad you came to join me so I can say welcome to the Advancement Center and welcome to the world of magic and miracles. Those words carry so much meaning, and I get to say them every Sunday. Yes. The fact that you have yourself watching this presentation, and I'm glad you did, tells me that you have found your footing on the elevated platform of living. Yes. And eager to see beyond the madding crowd. I looked up madding crowd, and the definition is acting in a frenzied manner. Well, doesn't that remind you of the media reporting frenzied fragments to get a rise out of the people? Mm. The world of magic and miracles presents a new picture to behold. And it is such a pleasure to share this with you. So now let us look further into what we are looking at in terms of everyday life and take on the attitude that nothing is beyond any of us. This constitutes of conflict with many of our past experiences and many of the capabilities that we display at the moment, and makes it obvious that we have to be either out of our mind or looking at something very different to what we are considering. Both are probably the case, but for the moment, let us consider the latter. We are looking at something very different, and it is therefore hard to recognize with our logical, cognitive processes. Yep, we have those. If we look at our ability to recognize a person or event when we have no previous knowledge of either, we can see that there is no process for us to reconcile. By some means or another, we suddenly recognize something that we switch into a space of total elation and react with joy and excitement. That's happened to you. I know it. Certainly happened to me throughout my life. The magic behind all of this has been hidden by the lack of understanding. But now we are in a position where we can join the possible and impossible in a dance that makes miracles totally normal in our everyday life. If you look at the things that are impossible at this point, you will continue to experience the impossibility. However, once you look at the so-called impossible things, that are actually happening to everyone, your perspective changes. And so does your view of the impossible. Your personal assessments of what is possible and what is impossible quickly changes, and you gradually find the ability to expand your reality to include impossibilities without the need for understanding. That stops us in our tracks all the time, but not now. It is not necessary for anyone to perform in the way that has been passed down over the ages. You've heard me say this 100 times. Each person has a majestic capability to do everything differently, even when fixed methods are programmed into their lives. There is no need to prove anything to anyone but yourself. And this can be done in any number of different ways that seem to appear out of nowhere and make you smile without having any logical reason. This, I don't know what it is, but this tickles me because it is so true. Yes, the value of one simple action or thought can multiply 1,000,000 or more times and bring abnormal happiness and satisfaction that cannot be explained to anyone. As you enter the mode of feeling good for no obvious reason, all the false veils drop, leaving clarity and freedom that encourages perfection in every part of your life. Now, many of you know that I write in my journal every day, and I write it. The first two words are always, dearest Simeon. So I will read what I wrote this morning. And I will tell you who Simeon is. Oh, 7:54 a.m. Dearest Simeon, it's broadcast time again, and I ask for your blessings as I tell Robert's story of being here with a twin in heaven. I guess another word for heaven is the outer reaches of the universe. That's you, meaning Simeon. Here Comes Mr. Jordan was an Academy Award winning motion picture of 1941. I was 5 years old, and I've never forgotten it. I guess because it might have been my story, my origin is so strong and a refined version of life here on earth Now, here's a little bit of that motion picture because I'm sure most of you may not have seen this movie, but it was so good. Mr. Jordan took the place of another soul. It all takes place up in heaven. And they're assigning him this other soul to fulfill their life. Well, many of you know this, but many of you may not. Robert Young was in that position up there, and he took the place of another soul. When he came down from heaven, Robert took the place of an engineer, a very talented man, and stepped in and excelled at every position along the way, always in touch with his origin. Robert wrote what he received. And I will read Robert's writing. Robert introduced me to you, dear Simeon. Thank God. You've become my closest confidant, and you always are there with love, support, and very important messages. And Simeon always answers me. And this is what he wrote. Dearest Barbara, what the world needs now is love, sweet love. And the one who can deliver it with magic and miracles. And your life with Robert. We're all cheering you on, both with, I can't read my own writing. We are all cheering you both on with that love. Simeon. Sorry, I botched my own writing. But you see how important that is? Can you, when you have a thought and you look around and no one really is going to get it, but you have a friend who always gets it, has your back, loves you, and protects your heart. And by the way, you can pick up a piece of paper and write, Dear Simeon, and see what happens. Now let's see, where am I? Okay. Here we are. Okay. So continuing, as we celebrate our new capabilities, they become a part of our reality. And always, not sometimes, always remain beyond logical description. It is not the practice or the discipline that makes your being sing. It is the recognition of something from your origin that sparks your majestic being into life and switches on the most powerful energies in the universe. These energies emanate from you in the form of powerful fields that interact positively with everything and multiply your effect of well-being for everyone in every possible way. The most promising part of our future is all around us in recognizable packages waiting for us to open and enjoy. There is no longer any mystery and nothing is hidden. There is nothing specific that must be done, and there are no obligations. You are free to make yourself feel as brilliant as you like and experience the feelings that have always seemed to be out of your reach. There is nothing that can stop you, not even you. So back to Robert. Upon arriving on Earth, the year was 1986. Robert was given the following. Just for a moment, can you imagine hearing the following as a newcomer? Unbelievable. And I titled this Robert's Experience. You must be prepared to see what you have never seen before and know that no other person has even had a glimpse of what you will see. It will not be familiar, and you will not know what you are looking at or what to make of it. It will be up to us to give you the intelligence that is needed and to assist you to bring it into the physical without changing its format to make it comparable to other things. As you can see, this task is enormous, but necessary to bring the physical world to another level of advancement. The power of each person will be harnessed in the future, and you will be in a position to make that power work for them. This is not a theory and not anything you have any idea about. It is new and extremely advantageous to humanity. You will be directly involved in using the power that is beyond every person's capability at the moment. Once again, there is no comparison to anything you know or can imagine at the moment. All the flow that is available to you will now be increased so that you are able to advance past the restraints of physicality. This will cause you to forget many things, but you will have access to more than you ever have in the past. It is important that you understand you need access rather than knowledge. Access to anything and everything is what it is about. Knowledge only brings you what you already know. At this point, you are being disturbed for a good reason, and all that you need to do is write without even caring what is flowing right through your fingers. Analysis is not needed, and clarity will come as soon as you see that with super intelligence, there can be no confusion. We are about to lift you to another plane where you will be able to work at a higher rate and with little disturbance. This is something that is familiar, but the purpose is not to make things familiar. You need clarity to the extent that you will be reloaded in the physical form so that you have no other focus but the unknown in its true form. Continue to look and listen, and you will soon know that everything has changed. Your interests have been gradually changing to enhance your presentations, and now they will change completely to accommodate what has never been experienced in the physical plane. As you write, there is nothing that makes a lot of logical sense, but there is a growing understanding that there needs to be a major step in some direction to allow your new reality to take its place and the unknown to come forward without comparison to the past. Your engineering background allows you to facilitate unknown science and technology, but now you are stepping past even the most advanced form of understanding to the acceptance of the impossible and how to make it work. Each engineering feat in the world has been achieved through the help of higher order intelligence from other worlds. This alone is beyond your reach because of secrecy or locality, but what you need to see is beyond that again. You will have to surpass all limitations, including secrecy and locality, to make the next move for humanity. We are almost finished for the moment, but you will be taken through whatever process is necessary to allow you to take on the task we have described. There is no need to change anything in your everyday life, but you will notice it gradually change as you proceed through each day. You will see many new things, even in the physical world, but what you need to see will be delivered in packages that make no sense until we bring them together and allow you to see for yourself. Enjoy every moment and look to the stars for security that you are not locked into the outdated ways of the world. On January 8th, 2009, both Robert and I recognized each other instantly. And on 2012, we claimed Santa Barbara as our new home and the home of the brand new Advancement Center. This is the center which welcomes everyone to claiming their birthright of magic and miracles. Our own acceptance of magic and miracles will bring to life what has been hidden for centuries. And we will add a little magic to everything, every day, until the impossible disappears and the miracles flow as easily as they did when we were first born. Added magic produces perfection, and in turn generates added value. Each member of the Advancement Center team, in their own way, is voicing their unique experience of magic and miracles. Giving voice to Robert's words that were given directly to me by Robert is my treasure that I share with you. What a treat for us all. And now it's time to share the Thursday night magic of my art class. And something very interesting has happened because the highlight of Thursday night is showing Robert what I just did with pastel and paper. And just yesterday, I said out loud, I think I'd like to revise or change that part of the painting. And Robert said, no, do not change it because it is mystical. So I didn't touch it. And here it is. That's it. I hope you like it. Well, I just looked at the clock, and once again, I'm going to have to put off reading the next portion of The Magic of Life, Volume 3. So thank you for being here. Thank you for allowing me to share the most precious with you. And now I wish you a perfect life, perfect health, and a most magic future. Thank you for joining me. I am Barbara.